Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Chuck Chat. It's August the 5th. Sharing my screen, hopefully make this work. Always like to start off with a little humor. August is nature's way of saying you are looking too comfortable. Time for you kids to play outside. Fine. They're playing a game on the TV called Outside. Sigh, there goes another summer, Snoopy. I'm a free-range chicken, man. Well, big deal. I live in a gated community. Actually, it's more like a coop. I don't care if there is a heat wave. Get out of the freezer. Nice try. Okay, at least move over. COVID-19 in Westminster. No active resident cases of COVID-19 currently. We have one associate currently testing positive for the virus, recovering at home in quarantine with light symptoms. COVID-19 tracker analysis is based on state, county, and community performance. 3-phase plan for reopening we've talked about. Hopefully we'll enter in phase 2 sometime in September. Just to give you an idea of where we're at, these are the daily tracker results for Texas. This is early August. Yesterday, I believe, around 5,000 new cases. So it's getting better. It's certainly down from its peak of 14,000. So it's hopefully continues to trend down. Overall, there's been about 450,000 cases in the state of Texas. How to safely wear your mask. Always wash hands before and after wearing your mask, and clean reusable mask after use. Avoid touching the mask at all times and only use the bands or ties to put on and remove. This is actually a picture of London. This top one is how you should be wearing your mask. So that's covering the nose and the mouth exactly the way you should be wearing it. Please don't wear it under your nose like this or under your chin like this. Wear it like this. And also maintain social distancing of at least 6 feet, like this picture shows. Even if you've got a mask on, you still need to maintain the golden social distancing rule of staying 6 feet apart. The mask doesn't work if you don't stay 6 feet apart. The mask is meant to slow down the progression of the disease, and if you have it, keep it from traveling a long distance. So if you're standing next to someone, you could still get them sick or vice versa. So you need to maintain 6 feet social distance and to wear a mask for this process to work. I had a resident request, actually a couple resident requests, to please explain the new infill building, how and where it will attach and what is on each floor. So the first floor, where our bistro is, Dogwood Cafe, will be expanded into the courtyard. And where the walls are now will actually be seating, and the dining room will be pulled out into this area, and a corridor will wrap around the whole restaurant. And this will be pulled out into the courtyard, which right now it kind of stops along this dashed line. But the idea is to pull it out into the courtyard and to add on to the Bistro Cafe, Healthy Options Cafe. The Windsor Expansion Tower, the expansion of the Windsor, on the first floor looks like this, and it actually connects for our entire floor on the south side. It of course connects to the Preston building, and on the north side it connects to the Windsor building. So you can see that this is directly connecting to the Windsor, and this will connect to the Preston. You can go two ways. You can go with a new bridge that's going to be enclosed, that's being built on the back side of the bistro kitchen, directly from the Preston into the Commons. Or you can go the usual path, which is what you're doing now, and walk through that area. There's a wellness lounge that's going to be added, a new cardio strength gym, the rehabilitation suite that's on the second floor of skilled nursing will move to this area. Then nurse practitioner clinic, Kathy Cody's wellness clinic, where Ann works, all of that will move to this location. And they'll have 4 exam rooms. We'll have a salon, the beauty salon that's in the ground floor of the Preston, will move to this area. And we have a group exercise room that's dedicated to group exercise. And it'll seat about 40-45 people, and that's right here. It also has an elevator that goes down to the ground and then up all of the floors. The Healthy Options Cafe will very likely look like this. This is kind of where that wall is today. That's actually banquettes on both sides, and a lot more seating than we have today. There's also outdoor seating, a dining porch. This is the wellness lounge that I was talking about a while ago. You can see going through here, you can get directly to the Preston, and then you can still go around and get to the Preston this way, and the library and game rooms over here, game rooms here. This is just another look at it with some of the finishes that the interior designers are putting together. Robin's wellness office will be located here, and there's a family locker room that's located here off of the pool. The pool is about the only thing in the area that won't be touched. We're losing the fitness room, the studio, but it's being replaced with this big group exercise room. So, and of course the art studio is being located in the Preston during this conversion, and it will eventually locate to the 3rd floor of the Windsor building, where assisted living is today. As you go up into the tower, this is the expansion of the Windsor. You can see that it connects to the Windsor right here, and this is just straight into the corridor. So this is actually the 2nd floor, which is skilled nursing on this side, but this is independent living. So there's a set of fire doors, and then there's the elevator that goes up, and there's just independent living apartments on this floor. The same thing on the 3rd floor. It connects, it's on the same level as the 3rd floor of the Windsor. And then the 4th floor and the 5th floor is exactly the same. This is what the Windsor courtyard will look like. And I know that there is some concern from some residents that this is going to be too busy of a courtyard. And I think that you'll be really happy when it's completed. There will be several conversation areas. There will be a little bit more engagement, and it won't sit empty as much as it does probably, but I think that's the idea. We want a usable courtyard. There's going to be a lot of great spaces for the residents to use, including the outdoor kitchen, cooking area, the water feature wall, some therapy equipment that's over on this side, and then the outdoor dining that we talked about previously, and also a game area. This is the Carlisle, and the Carlisle courtyard, just to give you an idea of what it's probably going to look like. This is the 2nd floor memory support porch, patio, and then of course this is the ground floor. Questions for August the 5th. Questions and answers. Do we need a social distance when we are wearing a mask? Yes, you must social distance, even when wearing a mask. What is the current policy regarding bird feeders at apartments? Please do not feed birds on balconies, patios, or window ledges. Also, bird feeders should not be attached to the balconies, windows, etc. for your residents. It is our intention to identify areas where bird feeders will be permitted with input from the Building and Grounds Committee of the Resident Association. So if you would like to see a bird feeder someplace, why don't you reach out to a resident that's on the Building and Grounds Committee, and we can discuss it there. We have been given 2 different types of face masks by Westminster. What is the protocol for the mask? How long can they be used? And is it okay to use the same mask indefinitely? If you received a paper mask from us, they should not be used for more than a week and should be kept in a paper bag when not in use. The cloth masks are reusable indefinitely as long as they stay in good repair. If they don't have any holes in them and the straps are still working well and you're washing them regularly, they should be able to be used indefinitely. We're checking into purchasing some masks, some cloth masks ourselves for our staff to use. Right now, we're all using surgical masks or N95s, which are the recommended for healthcare employees. And if you need a mask or something's wrong with your mask, please just reach out to reception. We're happy to get you replaced. 100.4 degrees or 99.6 degrees. What is the correct limit for temperature and entrance into Westminster? I think originally the CDC recommended 100.4 degrees, but our local public health authority recommends 99.6 degrees. We must use the most stringent, so 99.6 degrees is being used. I know that there's some signage out there located somewhere that needs to be removed, and we'll endeavor to do so, but we're using 99.6 degrees, the most stringent temperature screening. If we have a hurricane alert, where should we go and how do we respond according to the severity of the warning? In most cases, we shelter in place. Westminster is well equipped for such an emergency with 2 generators, emergency equipment and supplies, as well as food supplies and water. If we need to evacuate, we have several agreements in place with other senior living communities in Texas. I really don't anticipate that we would ever have to evacuate the community. We would do our best to shelter in place, and we're well suited. We have a water supply, food supply. The generators help us a lot, so we have areas of refuge around the campus. We also have a well on the campus that we can employ if we need to. So we're really set up pretty well. What are the hours of the little store? Starting in August, the little store will be open Monday through Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Can you tell us how residents are being infected with the virus? Most of the residents have come into contact with it while outside of Westminster. An appointment with their doctor, perhaps, a trip to the hospital. Sometimes it's been a family contact. They've been on a trip, or private caregivers. How will voting be handled this year? And that's kind of complicated. If you can read this. Early voting, the governor has extended early voting by an extra week. So we will have 3 weeks of early voting for the November election. They will notify us of the polling stations close to us once the locations are finalized. And then ballot by mail, deadline for receiving applications has been extended to Friday, October 23rd. The Travis County Elections Office is already accepting applications. They will be mailing out the ballots by the last week of September. Military and overseas will be sent out first. Westminster will be distributing the applications for ballot by mail to the residents by next week for the benefit of those who have not requested for it earlier. Hand delivery of ballots to the Travis County elections location this year, the governor has extended the period to return ballots to the Travis County Elections Office earlier. Completed ballots had to be hand delivered to the Travis County Elections Office only on election day. Of course, residents can mail out the ballots, but if they are concerned that it might get delayed or lost in the mail, they can hand deliver the ballots to the Travis County Elections Office anytime after they receive the ballots and until election day. They are still waiting a directive from the Secretary of State on confirmation of the dates. They will keep us posted when they receive the confirmation, and we'll pass on the information as quickly as we can. We want everybody to vote that can vote, so we'll help you in the best way we can. Beginning Wednesday, June the 29th, we started a policy of allowing prospective tours on our campus from 2 to 4 in the afternoon on Wednesdays only. Tours will be limited to 30 minutes. Individuals will be pre-screened by marketing on the phone before they arrive on the campus and screened, including a temperature check by reception upon entering our campus. Tours will be restricted to common pass and requested apartments. We ask that all residents avoid the common spaces, halls, and courtyards between the hours of 2 and 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, as this will be the only time we will allow these tours of our community through this phase of reopening. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but I think you recognize as well as I do that we have a need to keep our community full and occupied, and it helps us all in the end. And we also want to honor the folks that have been waiting for apartments and allow them the opportunity to come in and look at their apartment before they put down an entrance fee. Thank you in advance for your support, cooperation, and I appreciate the Residents Association supporting this policy. Just some reminders. Please be careful of scams, including folks presenting themselves as Apple computer experts, telling you that they need to make some changes on your computer. It's not Apple. It's a scam, so be careful. We had somebody actually had money transferred out of their account because they were told by these folks that they were Apple computer experts and they needed to make some changes, and they started transferring funds. So be careful. Please wear your name badges. Please maintain social distancing standard of 6 feet at all times. Please wear your mask properly at all times. Please don't pull down your mask to talk to us or others. Please wash and or sanitize your hands often. If you have any laundry issues, please call Connie directly at extension 2268. Please don't go looking for her in assisted living. Please call the reception desk and they'll be happy to help you and get you to Connie. Garbage and recycling collections only occur on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Please do not place trash or recycling outside your door on other days of the week. Please use the trash chutes. We're so happy with our talented Westminster writers. We have 30 pieces of writing so far. This is a great response. There is still time. If you're working on a piece, the deadline is 10 days away. August the 15th is the deadline. Call Lori Humphreys if you need help at 716-581-0319. Great job, everybody, on submitting those. Not sure if you're aware of this, but Mark want me to pass on that there is a resident referral program at Westminster. The best compliment we ever receive is when one of our residents or their family members recommends Westminster to a friend. We're currently running a special incentive until September 30th. When you refer a friend and they move to Westminster, you will receive $2,000 off your monthly fee the month they move in. So for more details, please call the marketing office. Did you know that Westminster has a Facebook page? And it's been very active. Get the latest news on expansion, construction, resident activities, Alzheimer's Texas fundraising, employee features, and more. Visit www.facebook.com/Westminster Austin and like us on Facebook if you would. Our Alzheimer's fundraising is going pretty well so far. We have a Westminster Phone-a-thon that's occurring on August the 20th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you haven't been approached yet, you probably will be called. Thank you for your support in advance. Really appreciate y'all. Stay strong, stay healthy. Till next time, thank you very much.